Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. So, whom Hoods, I can see you. Can the friends from Meghalaya raise their hands? The old trainees. I'm seeing them after nearly a decade. Can you introduce yourself? I can't see you. It's a little far away. My old team.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Can you shift the camera, not at Coods, but at the other people from Meghalaya? Can you shift the camera towards them? Yeah, now I can see you. So good to see you. Good to see you all.
Very good to see you, sir.
It has been a long time.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I think we have all grown older.
see you again, sir. I hope we will meet again, sir.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to meet. I'll come over.
Myself, Bunny Patel.
I'm Fabian.
And I'm Beauty.
Yeah, I remember. That's a name that sticks. And you are the youngest and one of the best ones. So good. Can we get back to the whole group? Can you zoom out slightly?
From which state? It's not going to one state. You all of us stand one state. What's that state? They are from those who are standing or from Sikkim.
Okay. Great to meet you.
The next one. The next state. Sir, this is Nagaland. They are officers from Nagaland.
Excellent.
Assam. They are from Assam state.
Assam has only 3? Oh, Acha, this side. Okay. I hope there are 7, 8 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that covers everyone. Good. So good morning again, and it is indeed a pleasure. And I started with Meghalaya just to share with you that you
one
have.
more.
Sorry.
Sora. There is
Oh.
one more.
Very nice. Welcome.
There are 8 of them from Sora.
Thank you. Welcome. So I started with Meghalaya just to share with you that within your group, there are a set of people who have gone through this process, both in the workshop and in the field over the past, I think about a decade back, they started with us. So they are a very ready resource of what was their experiences on ground, what was the response of the community, what were the challenges they faced when they went back as master trainers. So the exact role you are going to play. So they had come down to TN. I had the opportunity to spend some good time with them. And it was a very interesting exercise. I think for the first time we had, at that point of time, worked in the Northeast. I think Coods and Nagarajan had gone to the Northeast also, to Meghalaya at that time, and spent some time with them. So very interesting. So you are fortunate in the sense that you already have people who have walked this path. So no better set of people to talk about their experiences than this set you have from Meghalaya. And I'm also happy to share that we are looking to use them as master trainers in some other states also, because they have dirtied their hands in the field and have different sets of experiences over a few years. They were working on a multi-sectoral World Bank project at that time. It was being conceived and early stages of implementation. So it was also multi-sectoral. So if you have met them already, you will realize that they belong, like all of you, to different departments. Somebody is from land, somebody was capacity building, somebody was from some RD department and things like that. So now coming back to why we are here. The most important thing is that, to my mind, development is nothing but a change from the status quo. If there is no change from status quo, there is no development. If everything is business as usual, then where is the question of improving or regressing either way. So development, to my mind, is a change of status quo. If it is a change of status quo, what triggers this development? So there could be two things or two ways that development is triggered. One is by external forces, by force, by revolution, by political diktat, or by people demanding change by force. The other is, and which is rarer, the first one is quite common: government policy, political executive decision making, and at times people voting through elections or even a revolution is heard of. But the rarer one, which otherwise seems to be the easier one, at least from far, or more sensible, is change from within. If organizations, if institutions, if parastatals could change from within, we could have automatic paradigm of development. But that seems to be in literature across countries, that seems to be quite few and far between. One of the reasons is that we in bureaucracy, probably globally, is very comfortable. We have our comfort zones and we thrive in those comfort zones. So we don't tend to break through these comfort zones. But if we look at tribal areas in India and across the country, I think there is no more justification for being in the comfort zone. If we look at any parameter, any data, if we look at poverty levels, we are at least pan-India. The Northeast may be slightly better off, but pan-India, our poverty levels are thrice in terms of percentage over the mainstream. So where the rest of India has reached 11%, we are still at around 35, 36%. If we look at health indicators, again, health indicators, still we are far away from the mainstream, at least in the availability of services. The availability of basic health services. In the Northeast also, there's a huge dependency on these private sector networks, and you are spending a huge amount of money to come down to medical centers like Chennai, Calcutta, or Delhi. So that these kind of challenges prevail. So if you are a have-not, there's a difference between being a have and a have-not within the tribal sector. So if you are a have-not, then you are completely dependent on the government machinery. And if the government machinery is not doing its job well, then we have a huge problem. So that is the point we are coming from. And the other side, assuming that we are aware of the problem and we have a huge amount of budget. Last count, we have about 1.25 lakh crores under DAPST. So all ministries put together every year are spending about 1.25 lakh crores on tribal areas. And if we add state governments, so that comes to about 2.5 lakh crores. That's huge amount of money. But we don't see a parallel improvement happening on ground. So one understanding could be that we are not spending on the right areas. Second understanding could be that we are not spending on the aspirations, on the specific issues which people want us to spend on. Third is that it is being misspent. It is spent on geographies which are not tribal. So there could be multiple scenarios. So picking one out of them, that where does this actually seem relevant is that sitting here in Delhi, or even your secretary sitting in state headquarters, it is quite difficult to be able to fathom the challenges of each and every village of India. So we at last count had roughly around 1.5 lakh tribal dominated villages in the country. So it is very difficult to understand what is the challenge of each village, what is the aspiration of each village, and what could be the possible solution. The entire gamut of three-pronged approach is very difficult to understand or take, to be able to do it or address it sitting in a state headquarters or the central headquarters. Then we come to the point, who will know most about it? Who can be the person who will be able to tell us what is the problem here, what could be a possible solution here? So that leads us to a team of officers we have at district and below level, who are closest to the villages, who are closest to the people, to the people's aspirations, who are closest to what challenges each village faces. Some village will be deep in the jungle, some village could be on a hillock, some village could be next to a stream which floods every year. So each village has its own unique challenge. which we are not aware of sitting here. So we make this one size fit all policies, or even worse, we make an average policy. For the average Joe, for the average village, for the average state, policies are made like that because we don't know about our outliers. We are afraid to be able to address outliers. So therefore, the importance of this cutting edge, the importance of people who are working at block level, at field level, at village level. So can we lend them a ear? What could be the pyramid of governance if this was what we were supposed to do? If we could invert the pyramid and kind of empower this cutting edge, listen to them more, motivate them, then maybe we have an answer to our challenge. Because finally, we have also accepted the fact that I don't know everything sitting in Delhi. Probably your state secretary also knows more than me, but still has challenges. So if the person on ground is the person who has the maximum knowledge, would it not make sense to listen to this person? Number one. Number two, take up steps to help this person, motivate this person to sit down with the community, understand community's challenges as well as their aspirations. Number three, can we empower this individual to provide us policy inputs and program inputs? So if these three are our paradigm, this is our Adi Karam Yogi, then what kind of outcomes we are looking for in the village level? We are looking at three important things. We are looking at an engagement with the community, a deeper engagement with the community, that our block level officers, our village level officers are visiting the village, the villages frequently, sitting down with the community and dialoguing with them of what their aspirations are, what their needs are, what are their challenges, what are their priorities. And this is not only the well-off in the village, because the well-off has various means to take care of themselves. They have the power, they have the pelf. I am talking of specifically people who, other than you, other than government officers, have no recourse. For any other recourse, they have to spend huge amount of money, beg, borrow, steal. So you are their only alternative. You are Tina for them. You are their only alternative. So if I stretch this argument, we exist because there are poorer people within our communities who are dependent on us. Because if let's look at bottled water. If drinking water is not being provided well with us, the powerful, the rich, they can easily go and get either Aquafina, Bisleri or something and take care of their water needs. So who needs our good supply of water? The person who is dependent on government for supply of water, for drinking water. So therefore, our existence is because there is a set of poorer people, relatively, within the community who are dependent on our support. There is a set of people who believe that other than government, nobody else can help them. So therefore, should not our focus be on this set of people? Should not our focus be on making them the first mile rather than the last mile? For example, if you look at the Awas data, the housing data from across the country, even today, 60 to 70% of houses yet to be built belong to SCs and STs. So after 75 years of independence, year on year, crores of houses being built, consistently, the missing area is between amongst SCs and STs. One of the reasons is easily that there is lack of risk appetite. The community may not be coming forward. To reach these people is a difficult task because of geographical challenges. So what does a government servant do? Because we deal only in numbers, we don't deal in people. So what does a government servant do? He takes the low-hanging fruit. Whatever can be resolved easily is the one we do. I'm not saying it is right or wrong, but this has become our ethos. Right from block level, district, state, and here at center, we are only looking at numbers. We are not disaggregating a number and telling you in the policy itself, you shall not do a non-tribal house till you finish a tribal house. Till you saturate all tribal houses, you shall not take up a non-tribal house. Have we said that anywhere in policy? Have we said that in our health parameters? Have we said that necessarily targeting of population is essential because we need to reach the most disadvantaged first? So this could be a disadvantage in any terms, could be disadvantage in livelihood terms, could be disadvantage in access to market terms, both the things which apply to the Northeast hugely. could be disadvantaged from access to opportunity, could be in any fashion. So do we have solutions for those disadvantaged from the availability of public assets, roads, transportation, communication? So from all aspects, so have we looked at policy? So this is an opportunity for us to reverse policy making. So this comes to point 2 at the village level. So point 1 was dialoguing with the community, understanding their challenges and aspirations. Point number 2, building it up into a vision. So we all through you want to build village visions. For every village, how does the village think of itself 5 years hence? So what would they like to see the village to have? Do they see themselves having a school? Do they see themselves having an Anganwadi? Or no, these are not important. They see themselves having a better medical services. So these medical services need not be a building. I was just having this discussion with a DM in Gujarat. And we had this discussion and he also agreed that half the time people don't want these buildings. They are better off saying that spend that money and get me an extra doctor. I will give you a room where he can come and practice. We'll give you space. So what is the service level? So it is an individual asset. So the village may want that all these individual benefits should be there with us. There could be a public asset. They want access. They want road. What is their priority? They want improved irrigation. They want flood management. They want a change in the agriculture support. What do they want? Third could be service levels. What frequency of medical support they want? What frequency of doctor visits they want? What level of teacher they want? Do they want the local school to have a higher PG teacher rather than an undergrad teacher? So what service levels are we talking of? So these 3 things are our points of discussion and creation. Why they are important? Because this then gets collated at the block level to the district level and is through the states sent to us, and this becomes Dharti Aaba 2.0 because we want to invest in this vision of yours. So we want to go beyond individual departments and invest in the entire vision of the village. So till now we have been doing top down. We have been looking at things from, as we understand, sitting in Delhi or at state headquarters, these are the gaps. So this is the program. So it's because of lack of time, paucity of knowledge, we are looking at secondary resources and looking at the data and giving you a program. But a better way could be that if these things come from bottom up, then you become our angel investors. Through you, once you feel as state master trainers, once you feel as district master trainers that, right, this village has cracked it, they've got a clear sense of their vision, we should support it. Once your colleagues at the district master trainers tell this to us, then we invest on your recommendation, on the state's recommendation, we provide funds to invest in this. And we have, as I've already shared, we have huge amount of funds. Funds is not a challenge. This may lead to tweaking of policy also. Lots of policy needs to be tweaked. Yesterday, I was having a similar discussion with MP and Chhattisgarh state programs. And lots of people were giving examples how in elephant corridor areas, they come and break the houses. The repair cost we give is 5,000. The elephant completely demolishes the houses. What will 5,000 do? So can we tweak insurance? Can we tweak policy? So from your learnings from every village will come outcomes which will help us change policy. The third area is that for a citizen, government is one. They don't know so many departments. Citizen doesn't. It's confusing for them. They would be happier to see one village level officer, one welfare officer. They don't know these 10, 17 departments we have. So can we also approach the citizen as government as a whole, as a single entity, convergence? So one easy way of convergence could be that, of course, on one side, we have these clusters of block. Each block is divided into a cluster of villages. And all the block officers are mapped to this cluster of villages. So this cluster team, let's call it, is in charge for, let's say, 5 villages, 10 villages. And this team is visiting all these villages. Let's say they have 10 villages under their control. So they are visiting all these villages in a predetermined schedule. They are belonging to 5 departments or 7 departments. They are sharing a vehicle amongst them. because each department at block level definitely has one vehicle. So each department can offer that vehicle once a week. So by this logic, all the 7 departments, 7 days you have a vehicle. So all these people, when they go together, have a vehicle every day for their movement. So this increases our outreach, increases our mobility, increases our ability to go to the village and talk to the people. And also enthuse our village level officers to work, because finally they are the cutting edge, to work with the community, to work on these vision plans, etc. So how to institutionalize it? How to create a structure? So this village level team should be going to each village at a predetermined place. This could be any place donated by the community or a existing government building. So that becomes our single window center, single window knowledge center or single window information center. Why do we call that? Because in that place, all schemes of the state government and central government should be displayed visually, so that the community at least is aware of all government programs. So why I say visually? So that it is easy for them to understand rather than writing too much. That is one. Secondly, we leave a register there, a grievance redressal register, wherein in your absence, because you are only going there once a week, in your absence, the community can come and write their issues, their challenges. The panchayat clerk can maintain it, the SHG leader can maintain it, we can give it to any one of them to maintain it. So that when you come, you will be able to address those challenges, address those issues. And third is as a signal, a very important signal of our commitment and our goodwill, our outreach to the community, we will paint our names. All these cluster team members will paint their names and mobile numbers at the village level. So we have seen it happen over multiple decades, and I'm sure Meghalaya friends will also share with you that this brings out a huge amount of goodwill from the community, that when you are going out on a limb, you're placing yourself in front of the community, you're placing yourself out of your comfort zone. The community also responds. And that is what you want. You want the community to respond to you. You want to be a bridge between the have and have-nots in the community. You are not going only to talk to the articulate, to the well-to-do, to the literate, to the educated. You are also wanting to talk to them, more importantly, who have no choice other than you. So for this purpose, you want them to have comfort. You want for them to feel safe, to be able to reach out to you. So this is our commitment. We are writing, we are painting the vision we just talked about. So we are painting the vision in the village at a prominent place so that it can become a source of dialogue in the community. We are creating the single window center. And after you have created the vision, you are converting it into a single table. It will be part of the modules which will be shared, or you can design your own, that this is what the community wants. And that table goes up. And that, what do we mean by community? After the dialoguing, etc., when the community has reached some level of modicum of understanding, the Gram Sabha, an informal Gram Sabha can be called to approve, agree to this vision. And that provides it the necessary sanctity. So this is the entire Adi Karma Yogi program. But where do we fit in this? So as I said, change is, because you will be asked why we are doing it, why should we change, and where should change begin? 3 things. So I am reminded of an eagle story. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, that in typical eagle's life is about 30 to 40 years. And after that, it is supposed to die. That is the way evolution has happened. Other than if the eagle completely kills itself and is reborn. What is that? Eagles are known at the age 40. If they want to live another 30 years, eagles are known to break off starting from their beaks, which comes back in 4 months, their talons, their feathers. So they break them off physically, they go to a higher place with rocks and they hit themselves in there. These are out. And when an average time for it to regrow is about 5 months. If an eagle does not do it, the eagle does not go beyond 40 years. And if it is able to do it, it goes up to 70 years, 30 years to add on. But it has to go through this pain process to metamorphose to live a new life. So change is difficult, change is painful, but change is essential if we need to have a rebirth, if we need to reframe ourselves into a different way, if we want to achieve something which is beyond the normal. And that is your role. Your role is to inculcate change. Your role is to trigger change. You are, for us, the pioneers from the Northeast. You are here with a huge mandate from our side, because I cannot do what you can do. Even your secretaries cannot do what you can do. You are going to light a lamp in each of these villages through your district master trainers. You are going to enthuse, motivate, transform them. You have this huge opportunity. And definitely your state, your officers have seen this spark in you, that they have chosen you. So you have this, on one side, great opportunity, on the other side, great responsibility. But for all of us sitting here in Delhi, you represent pioneers for us. Because you are the ones who will tell us whether we can succeed or fail. If you can succeed, it will be a huge transformation of India. The real Viksit Bharat at ground level. We can make huge amount of policies and programs, etc. Since independence, we must have made millions of them across departments. If they had to succeed, we would have succeeded till now. But the very fact that we are still talking about development even after 75 years means that we need to do things a little differently. And who will help us achieve that? Each one of you sitting here. Each one of you has both the capability as well as the responsibilities. So whatever is the spark you gain here, whatever is the spark is already there in you. You will be transferring it, transforming it to the village level, to the friends at the district level, to the block level trainers, to the block level staff. So in that sense, you have the responsibility of your individual states on your shoulders. And also the opportunity. The parallel is not so conducive, but as good as a chief secretary or a chief minister, you have that kind of opportunity. You have been chosen by the state to give it a shot at pan-state level, across the state, in every village of the state. Can we do something transformative? Can we get people to look at things differently? Can we get programs which the people really want and invest in them? So your role is so crucial. Always remember, nobody remembers who has climbed Everest. People only remember who was the pioneer, who climbed Everest for the first time. We only remember those names, Tenzing and Edmund Hillary. Who remembers the subsequent climbers? So you have the advantage of getting your name etched into history, though the process will be difficult because you're the first movers. But whatever you do will decide the success or failure of this program. Whatever you do will decide whether transformation happens in your state or not. How you do it will decide that. How you are able to motivate. We all are party to. We have read in the newspapers, we follow it on television whenever the Olympic torch goes around the world. Such an innate, inanimate object getting so much of importance. But think of it, you are lighting torches which will go from the state, district, down to the village level. So how much more precious, how much more important in the lives of people of your state? Whereas for something very abstract, intangible, we are going gung-ho. It's an Olympic torch. Big deal. Here you are transforming people's lives. You must be saving lives. If the health system improves, it saves lives. Livelihoods improve, it gives them an opportunity. So many things you can make happen just by the dint of your motivation, just by the dint of your willpower, just by the dint of the effort you put in to transfer this to your other colleagues. So once again, welcome to this program. We have no knowledge to be imparting to you. This is not a one-way program. This is an exploration program. You will explore in this room. I'm sure there are about 50 to 100 people. Each one of you with an average of 25, 30 years of experience. So we easily have 2,000 years of experience in this room. So you don't need any white man to come and tell you what to do. Nobody from outside needs to come and tell you what you are supposed to do. You just need to evaluate, explore your experiences and come up with your approach. Believe in yourself. Believe in the task. Believe that you can motivate others. But always remember, it has to start from you. It has to start from I. Then it has to go to you as a group, as a we, all of you in this room, and then to the community as an us. So that's our IVS framework. So congratulations once again for having been chosen, having got this opportunity. You have a huge platform. I envy you in some sense, because I'm not getting a chance to dirty my hands and really be involved in transformation of at least a single village. So you will be carrying this memory for life. I can assure you that. That is my experience. One doesn't forget these. So once again, congratulations. You are my pioneers. I am looking forward to learning a lot from you, from your experiences. Not only me, the highest dignitary in the country, both of them, at the highest level, are very eager to interact with you come October 2nd or November 15th, and most likely in Assam, and get to know what transformation has happened in your villages. Meet these village people, meet all of you, meet your district trainers who have been party to this transformation. It's not in a 1 or 2 numbers, in hundreds and thousands of you. And learn from you, hear from you what transformative journey you passed through. So this is a journey. There's no success or failure. We'll win some, we'll lose some. We celebrate both. We celebrate failure also. How can we are dealing with human beings? We are dealing with real life. How can we not have failure? That's part and parcel. But we'll celebrate the journey. So look forward and hope to see you soon. Probably at the end of the training, and otherwise also when you're doing your field work, I'd like to visit you very soon. So all the best, and I'm sure you will create models from the Northeast for the rest of the country. It's high time we have huge number of models coming out from Northeast for the rest of the country. And I have belief in each one of you that you will be able to do that. So thank you. Look forward and all the best.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of inspiration, sir. I'm sure everybody is feeling very motivated. They're already a very lively group. I was there, sir, yesterday, so I could see very brilliant people, brilliant minds. And I'm sure the training had started yesterday, sir, and they're all warming up to it. So I'm sure as we go along, they'll really live up to our expectations. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Everyone is very motivated, sir, with your inspiring words. You have shown, you've taken us, in fact, to the vision of Dharti Aaba 2.0, so that there is so much of scope and flexibility that can be brought into policy itself if we apply ourselves and see what's really required on ground. Thank you very much, sir. I think this is a very important takeaway message that we get from your speech.
Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I'm here. Otherwise, we are good to go.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for your very nice and very peppy your message. So there is only one question, sir. I come from RDD. I'm from Sikkim. I'm the deputy secretary. So I was previously in the Panchayati Raj. Now we always talk about conversion, sir. Until and unless the directives from the ministry doesn't come to our state at the highest level, sir, it is but very difficult for every one of us here to, just go and convince our superior. So, sir, my humble request is, please, sir, from the highest level, from the ministry, if you could give directives as to help us go forward in this mission, sir, as envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister and the Ministry. So this will be an uphill task for us, sir. This is my humble request to you, sir. Thank you.
So good you have raised that point already. The chief secretaries have been told, and very soon the cabinet secretary will also be talking to the chief secretaries. And I don't know about Sikkim if they are laggard, but in most of the states, I think we have started Northeast a little later, but even Assam, the chief secretaries have already taken some meetings with all the line departments and given them this specific instruction that this is a whole of government approach and it is high time we do it. So I'll talk to Pathak and also your CS, and we'll also ensure it happens in Sikkim. Plus, be rest assured, there's already a plethora of letters and messages to your highest level, including chief ministers, that this has to be done as a whole of government. So it'll come down, it'll come.
So for Assam, I can confirm that we have received a letter from Honorable Minister Tribal Affairs to our Chief Minister, and this has been shared with the Minister and to all the departments.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So don't have those fear. The larger institution we'll take care of. But that we have always taken care of. We have created committees, we have created this. So my faith in that is only to create a benign environment for all of you. But real convergence happens at ground. And that's my experience. And I repeat it ad nauseum. I can create as many committees you want at chief secretary's level. All the secretaries will be there. All of them will be saying yes. That I can assure you. But that doesn't change the world. The world gets changed when you, all of you working in the field, and through you, the people working at block level, district level and below, really mean when they talk about convergence, where they're building a house and under Awas program, it is not that the water guy and the power guy, the electricity guy don't even know anything about it, have no commitment to providing these two facilities to the Awas. So that is the convergence I'm talking about. So always keep that in mind. We are talking of reality, real life convergence. Good. Thank you very much. If there's nothing more, then we'll see you again.